Hey peeps, it's Anna from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to be dealing with the Natural Sciences Life and Living Grade 9 question taken from the ECE November 2013 question paper. Let's dive straight in. We're going to be looking at question 5 in that question paper, and all the questions are based on this diagram above. The first instruction says study the diagram below and answer the questions that follow. So let's get into it. The first part of question 5 asks us to provide a suitable heading for the above diagram. What we're looking at here is a simple animal cell. So a suitable heading would be animal cell. Now, scientific diagrams are usually labeled at the bottom, so we'll just put our label underneath, although you can have some at the top as well. Second part of the question, provide labels for parts 1, 4, and 5. Part 1 is pointing to this outer part of the cell, which forms a boundary really, and is known as the cell membrane. Part 4, right in the middle, which is usually the largest organelle in any cell, and if you're looking at it from under a light microscope, appears as a dark circle roughly in the center and the largest thing that you can see within the cell. This is known as the nucleus. And part 5, just follow my arrow, is pointing to within the cell to this jelly-like substance that runs all the way throughout the cell, and it's called the cytoplasm. Okay, now just for bonus points, let's label parts 2 as well as 3. Part 2 is pointing to this cylindrical shaped organelle over here, which has a membrane inside that makes finger-like projections like this. So whenever you see this organelle, the cylindrical oval shape with these finger-like projections going inside the organelle, you know you're looking at a mitochondrion. When there's more than one, they're called mitochondria, but because it's only pointing to this one, we'll label it mitochondrion. Now finally, this round organelle with a membrane inside and seems to be empty, here's one, there's another, and there's another. These 3 are called lysosomes. When it's one, again, it's pointing to this one. It's a lysosome. Okay, let's move on to the third part of question 5. This question has 2 questions within the question. What I mean is there's this first part that says, identify the part of the cell referred to as the brain. That's the first part. The brain is the nucleus. And then give a reason to support your answer. The reason the brain is called the nucleus is called the brain rather, is because this is where instructions for what to do, when to do it, and how to do it within the cell are sent out from. Now finally, describe the main function of the part marked 1. Let's go back. As we said earlier, part marked 1 is the cell membrane, and like I said a few seconds ago, this forms the boundary of the cell. The main function of this boundary is to control exit and entry of substances into and out of the cell. A key word to remember is that the cell membrane is semi-permeable, so only some things can enter the cell and some things can exit. Not everything has access to the cell. All right, so that's that for question 5. But before I go, I'd like to say a very special thank you to our EPIC sponsor for making this video possible. You can read about them in the description below. And be sure to head over to our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, you can send us the question and we'll respond with the personalized video just for you. Until next time, stay epic.